Now, in another part of Ondo State is Arise correspondent Olutai of Famous Cole, standing by now for situation report from the governorship election. Thank you for joining us, Famous Cole. Good morning. Good afternoon, rather. Well, tell us the situation of things right there in Ondo State. We've heard a lot of reports, especially the one coming from Ondo local government, where we just heard someone complain about the fact that the beavers machine was very slow. What are your thoughts on that, and what's the general overview of the election?
Well, at present, I am at Ilaje local government area, which is the local government area of the state government, of the state governor, the Labour Party governorship candidate and the NMPP governorship candidate. I spoke with a number of prospective voters who complained about the malfunctioning of beavers. In some instances, when they get there, it slows down the process of verifying their PVC, and this has caused some to, to slow down the process of accreditation and confirmation of the PVC, and this has caused many to feel, has caused apathy, has caused many to feel, well, maybe they should go back home and maybe come back later. But subsequently, I spoke with ANEC officials and they told me it was a network issue and they are trying to resolve it. But I think, according to stakeholders here, they believe all these issues should have been addressed before D-Day. All these issues should have been addressed so that the vast majority of votes will count. The actual number of people that intend to cast their votes will not have any reason to turn down or to have a rethink or to go back home. But by and large, voting is ongoing here, and according to my check, the beavers is functioning, but not optimally.
Okay, so you talked about the fact that it may lead to voter apathy. Has there been any incidents of voter apathy? We see a number of people out there trying to exercise their franchise. And also from data, in 2020, the number of people who registered were about 1.6 million, while right now it's about 2.05 million people. What do you think is responsible for this increase in the number of registered voters?
Well, there are several factors that are responsible for the high voter turnout. One is the emotional attachment attached to this particular election. The other is, people are becoming more politically educated and they want to be politically relevant. They are more politically conscious. So people want to have a say in who becomes, in who occupies this position and that position. And when we talk about the emotional aspect to this election, you know about the demise of the former governor and where this present governor is coming from, and the PDP governorship candidate. So it's a mixed party of all sorts of events. But what I can tell you categorically is that people have come out in their large numbers to come and exercise their franchise. And what they are saying, and what with few voters that I spoke with, they expect that INEC, because this is an off-season election, they should have put all their machineries, all preparations should have been put in place. Today is not a day for excuses. Today is not a day for hearsay or a day for relax. Today is a day for action. This process must continue and this process must not stop. And that is the voice of the people. They want their voice to be heard. They want the vast majority of people to determine the outcome of this election.
All right, very well, Olutai. What's the security situation like? Is there any form of violence in the state? Are the people conducting themselves peacefully?
Peaceful? I didn't get your question.
What's the situation? Is there a breakdown of law and order? We heard that on Thursday there was some form of violence that broke out in the state that's prior to the elections. What's the situation like? Is it peaceful?
Yeah, yes. I arrived Akure yesterday evening and I spoke with some of my colleagues. There were some skirmishes in parts of Akure. There was minor clash. A clash is a clash, whether minor. There were clashes between varying factions of political thugs who were, the battle of superiority to determine who becomes the head boy today. So there have been reports of clashes in parts of the state, but it has not been total. And if you go around town, you find every detachment of military officials, civil defense officers, they are on ground in every nook and cranny of the state that I've been to, and they are there with their eagle eye to nip in the bud any breakdown of law and order. And so far so good till this very moment that I'm speaking with you here in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State. There have been no recorded reports of clash or violence.
We hope that the situation continues to be peaceful and still under order. Thank you so much, Tayo Olutayo Famous School from Ondo State, that's Ilaje local government.